hadn't had a man around me, besides my uncle, who I trusted wholeheartedly. And there was a part of me that wouldn't trust Rob. And that part refused to allow him to be that man. There were things that he would do for me or say to me that I always had an argument for. I always had to have the last word. I always had to be right. Over time, I came to realize through my relationship with Rob that I had a deep-seated bitterness in my heart toward men. And as far as I was concerned, if a man was offering his opinion or help, I always had a better way. Even though I didn't walk around saying all men were the same, I subconsciously felt that they were, and believed that at the end of the day, they were a waste of flesh. I believe that these sentiments manifested themselves in my previous relationships as well. But the other men prior to Rob weren't men enough to point them out to me as being a problem, but rather jaded emotionally, and or cheated, but Rob was different. He loved me enough to see and point out to me in a consistently accepting way the good, the bad, and the ugly about me, and yet loved me for me unconditionally. While I, on the other hand, would counter what he brought to my attention by trying to change what I didn't like about him. That was easier to me than facing my own issues. After about 4 years of being in a relationship, we really started to bump heads. Our differences made us see the things we didn't like about one another, but they didn't outweigh the things we loved about one another. And that's what kept us going. We both had a fight in us regarding our relationship that we knew could even come up against. We couldn't imagine living our lives without the other person in it. And all we knew was that we wanted to be in one another's lives forever. The problem was that we each had so many insecurities that weren't addressed prior to us getting involved, that it became an added piece of baggage that we each brought into the situation. Since we didn't like bringing drama to each other, we found our own individual, sometimes unhelpful, ways to deal with our insecurities on our own instead of acknowledging them with one another. To be honest, I didn't even think that I was insecure anymore, but had never had the security, but had never had, as they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Being insecure in a relationship was all I ever knew. I had never had the security of trusting my heart with a man. Remember, before my father died, he didn't live in our home. And when he was alive, we didn't spend very much time together. I didn't realize until I was older the effects his absence in my life had when he was here on me. Then there was Monty. And I definitely didn't trust him. I hated him for the pain that he put me through. Then there was Jordan. And although I never felt emotionally vested in that relationship, I felt like the issues within my marriage attacked me as a woman. I felt the ending of my marriage poked a hole directly into my dreams of being married. So, here I was, with a man who loved me, for me, and it was foreign. And in so many ways, I shut down too, fought it, and practically destroyed it. There's a saying that says, the abused becomes the abuser. And that is what my relationship with Rob soon became. And this began to reveal itself to me at that so very crucial time.